Well, 2020 kind of sucked, didn't it? It's taken a lot from us. Gyms, movies, socializing. But if there's one thing that 2020 deprived us of, if there's one unforgivable, outrageous, manifesting thing that has been the biggest blight on my life, that has kept me up at night as I toss and turn and wake up screaming, Hoochie Mama! Hoochie Mama! Hoochie Mama! In a cold sweat. It's the lack of information on the new Sonic game. 2020 was all set to be a year full of announcements, as Sega promised us that on the 20th of each month there would be a new piece of information about Sonic's huge 30th anniversary coming in 2021. But then this damn pandemic happened, and yes, I know this threw the gaming world into disarray, but games are still being developed, right? And we have new consoles launching in November. And Mario got his 35th anniversary announcement, so where the hell is Sega with the Sonic announcement? Needless to say, after a dismal 2019 year of just spin-off games like Sonic Team Racing and Sonic and Mario at the Olympic Games that I really couldn't care less about, I am starved for some new Sonic news. Okay, so Paramount announced Sonic 2, the movie, is coming out, and yes, I am excited for that, but that's a movie studio, not actually Sega, so where's the good stuff, Sega? Okay, so they were planning on announcing the obvious new games at SWSX, but it was canceled faster than you can say COVID. But why in the world are they so silent right now on the verge of Sonic's biggest year to date? It certainly didn't stop them from releasing another hideous anti-consumer mobile game back in June with tons of microtransactions, of course. Gotta make that sweet cheddar, eh, Sega? So recently, as dedicated Sonic fans always do, someone obviously very tenacious found this obscure page that they scanned right out of a Sega licensing magazine, and it advertises new games and touts Sonic's big 30th birthday for 2021. And it's not even a Japanese or American mag, it's a European one, which is just weird that this is the only thing the internet could find that's anything concrete. Well, I'm sure we'll get new games in 2021, and they will probably announce something sooner or later, but holy shit, it's taking a while, pandemic or not. Because as I said, the gaming world is still operating, and new games are coming out. A new Mario compilation is coming out in just a few days. And we got new consoles coming out too. There's going to be console launches. So what's your excuse, Sega? We have to cling to hope from some fucking Euro licensing magazine we never even knew existed? Well, to dampen my frustration and impatience, I figured I'd jump in with my predictions and wish list for how I think it will go. So first off, I highly doubt the new game will be Sonic Forces 2, because if it is, fans are going to go fucking apeshit and probably tear down some Sonic statues or something. I think we're going to get an entirely new game. That's not a direct sequel to any of the previous games, so sadly not Sonic Adventure 3, which would be awesome because that's what everyone and I want, but I just don't feel it's in the cards. One day it will happen, but I just don't see it happening in 2021. It'll be something that we're used to, as in a Sonic platformer in the traditional sense, with a new story and everything, probably a new villain. I wouldn't mind seeing Infinite show up as a boss of some sort, because I think he was a cool character in Sonic Forces. I think we'll probably get a compilation too with a remaster of Sonic Adventure featured on it, similar to the Mario 3D All-Stars game. But why do sickles want Sonic Heroes? I don't get that. I've got a retrospective video planned for that, and I think if we get to pick from 3D games, like in All-Stars, I certainly would not pick Sonic Heroes. And I know Sonic Team will not either. Trust me, there's way better 3D Sonic games than that one. I played it recently for my upcoming video, and I don't think it's quite as you remember, people. And since Sega has confirmed that they are going to keep the modern classic Sonic duality going for some reason as split entities, I am predicting Sonic Mania 2. The developer for Sonic Mania, Christian Whitehead, has been really quiet too as of late. He's even supposed to be working on Freedom Planet 2, and there's been no new news on that game either. He's being weirdly silent, and we just haven't heard anything from him on social media. Just no interviews, no nothing. Not a peep out of this guy. But let's be specific here on what I want out of these games. For one, stop with the damn callbacks. I swear to God, if I see one more Green Hill Zone or Chemical Plant Zone inspired levels in any of these games, when I see the screenshots or videos being played, I am tossing my fucking computer out of the window.
Why did you have to destroy 25 computers?
I am so sick and tired of people wanting Sonic to stay in the past with all these retro callbacks. Look, I agree that a lot of Sonic's 3D offerings and games like Sonic 4 do not hold a candle to Sonic 1, 2, and 3, but are we honestly going to spend the rest of our lives as Sonic fans playing the exact same levels to remember the old games? I really do not understand how almost none of the fans who complained about unpreferable gaming mechanics in newer games, not caring about all the recycled content and gameplay elements were used in Sonic Mania. 75% of Sonic Mania was based on stuff we, and especially I, have played many times. So please, just give us all new zones. I am tired of living in the past with Sonic, especially since the old games are very accessible and they're on so many compilations. Now, if they want to finally release those gorgeous widescreen mobile ports of Sonic 1 and 2 and finally greenlight the Sonic 3 mobile port, I am all for that. This type of nostalgia obsession is why I am not completely sold on the existence of this parallel universe of modern Sonic and a classic Sonic. It's the same character that looks slightly different. And so far, classic Sonic has only appeared in modern Sonic games. And this is just really weird. It just seems like a really peculiar and nonsensical way of keeping the hardcore fans happy by having classic Sonic as a separate character to keep those who long for nostalgic feelings and just want to keep playing the same game 1,000 times. Like, instead of having the series evolve like it did for Sonic Adventure, and we have had some really tremendous compromises of 2D and 3D Sonic games. Like, I really recommend Sonic Colors, for example. So, the existence of two Sonics that are basically two different versions of the same character just seem unnecessary. And I'm not sure how long Sega can really keep this up, unless they have Christian Whitehead make all the classic Sonic games and the main Sonic team making the modern games, even though the new classic games are still being made in the modern era. Well, when you know it, Sega has created a mindfuck within a universe of a blue hedgehog who runs really fast. How did we take this concept and fall so far down this rabbit hole? So yeah, it's not like I'm tremendously opposed to the concept of two Sonics, but I just think that this was a concept that was cool for a game like Generations, and if they wanted to make a Generations 2, But as a mainstay plot point, it's just odd. Like, there's plenty of other Sonics that could be added to these games for an added dynamic. Metal Sonic, Mecha Sonic, Silver Sonic, and you could even use Evil Sonic from the comics. I mean, that would be awesome. Imagine if Evil Sonic rocking the leather jacket and the sunglasses were to show up in the next Sonic game. I think that new fans would appreciate that. Fans of the comics would appreciate that. I think it would be great. But this double mint gum fuckery has gone on far too long, in my opinion, and it's time to merge these blue bastards back together. It doesn't need to be this complicated. I mean, they've really taken this to a whole nother level. There's no reason why they needed to take the concept from Generations and just expand on it so far to the point that it really doesn't make any sense. That there's two separate characters, and the classic Sonic is a mute, but the modern Sonic has full lines of dialogue, and he's always talking, and he has a lot to say. I don't get it. I don't really like it. I don't hate it. Let me just cement the fact I don't hate it. I don't sit there begrudgingly, playing Generations and Forces, being like, "Raw, I hate classic Sonic." No, it's not me at all. But, I personally liked Sonic Forces to a certain degree, and the story had potential. But the darker plot and apocalyptic plot of Eggman winning and taking over, well, it might have been a cool concept, but it was not fully realized. And besides the Avatar feature, there really wasn't anything amazing or groundbreaking about it to set it apart from other games in this series. It was fun, but it just felt like they really didn't want to go all out with the game as a whole, if you know what I mean. There were glimmers of excellence, but Sonic Team just didn't bring any of those glimmering positives to the forefront, or dial them up to where they needed to be fully appreciated. Classic Sonic was just totally unnecessary, and the reason why I feel this crossover stuff just feels forced and a bad idea. I'd rather they just skip that tie-in stuff for the next modern game and just keep classic and modern Sonic in their own games. By the way, people, actually, they say that Sonic Forces had a bad soundtrack. And these people officially have no taste, because this soundtrack, let me tell you something, this may be the best 3D Sonic soundtrack that I've ever heard. And I've heard all of them. And I have to say, after playing the game and listening to the soundtrack again on Spotify, I literally love almost every track on this thing. It's just amazing electronic music mixed in with other styles. So Sonic Forces wasn't bad at all. I just wanted to get that straight on how I feel about the latest game in the series. So yeah, I'm excited for these new announcements. Whenever the hell they plan on making them, that is. It's going to be very interesting how Sonic's 30th anniversary will be treated. Because we know that there's people waiting in the wings, ready to crap all over it at any chance they get. I mean, look at the Mario 3D All-Star game, where people are scrambling to find something to bitch about, to the point that they are complaining about pre-orders running out for one of the most talked about games after a week of it being available for pre-order. People are blaming their own laziness on a game, even when they can't attack the quality. They still find something to complain about, and before you ask, no, I don't agree with Nintendo's decision to make it a limited release. I'm not a fan of limited edition BS to just artificially drive supply and demand to the point where people can't even get something they want and making it prone to scalping. And I love how eBay likes to pretend that price gouging isn't a thing and there aren't laws against it. La 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 la. Yeah, let's just keep pretending like people are not asking double and triple the price for things that are still being sold on the market. But I got myself a copy that will be arriving on the 18th. Thank God. I ordered it off of Amazon, by the way. I just hope Sonic's anniversary gets about the same hype, and I'm sure it will, but I just hope it's memorable and everything we expect. So guys, that's all I've got to say for right now. Let's just wait and see what happens. I just needed to share my thoughts because this is something that I've really been thinking about, especially after seeing the Super Mario 3D All-Stars game. I'm like, what's in store for Sonic? And I saw people commenting on it, and they really got my mind thinking. I'm like, okay, it's a pandemic, let's give them some time. But I think I needed to talk about it here, being such a big Sonic fan. So guys, I want to thank you all for watching today. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell so you get all the notifications when I post all my new videos. And by the way, guys, I want to thank you all for having 7,000 subscribers on this channel. It's a smaller channel, but it means so much to me. And I want to thank all my patrons. Special shout out to my patrons for always supporting me. And I want to thank everyone for taking the time to watch this video and my other videos. It always means so much. And guys, I'll see you next time.
Will there ever be an end? Forever running from this lunacy?